They made paintings where it's Donald Trump in the Oval Office and it's Jesus, just like as a ghost form behind him touching his shoulder. It's the same people who built a gold statue of Donald Trump in 2021 at CPAC. And it's like,
literally in the Bible, the golden bull. What are we doing? It is beyond celebrity worship. It is beyond, oh, I really like this politician. It is full on brainwash cult behavior. It's so crazy.
It is. What's up, my saucy little recluses? My name is Ansley, and I work at the Boardwalk Podcast, and these are my friends, Tess and Gabe. We're coming to you, hearts heavy, to talk about a video we've seen circulating the interwebs. She's basically on a stage and everyone is like crying and their hands are in the air, and you'd think like she's painting a portrait of Jesus himself, and then the camera turns and it's...
that's Jesus.
It's crazy the level of like blasphemy that they're going to.
This whole worship culture that has been designed towards Donald Trump. Yeah. Like, you guys seen that video?
You were overwhelmingly elected by the biggest majority. The U.S. Americans want you to be president because of your agenda.
Mr. President, on behalf of America's manufacturers, I want to thank you for standing up to the Chinese Communist Party and fighting for our Main Streets, for our workers. So the American worker is grateful. Main Street is grateful for you.
What you have assembled in your vision is a turning point and an inflection point in American history. And so just being a part of that is the greatest honor. So thank you for that.
It's this idea that we're living in a North Korean, authoritarian, Kim Jong-un style regime where it's like, oh, well, we have to give our praise to our dear leader. And dear leader golfed a great round today. He was able to get from the shitter to his office. Like, why are we fawning over a guy who can barely say anonymous?
Anonymous, really anonymous.
Evangelical Christians, they are the worst when it comes to any of this stuff because they go, you have to follow the word of God and be Christ-like and all these things. And as soon as Donald Trump does something, they go, oh, well, and then they find a new excuse for why Donald Trump can do the things that he does, even though it's hypocritical to the teachings of God.
The God that I knew to exist would have never, ever been okay with someone like him. Like, this guy isn't the poster child for like taking care of your neighbor. This guy is the poster child for if you're white, you're right. Even if you talk to MAGA, you can hit them with actual fact, statistic, case by case by case of why they're wrong. And they'll be like, well, that's not what Donald Trump said.
He's just the Antichrist. It's
I
like
agree.
he like
I
follows
agree.
I mean, if you
the
were
thing, and if you believe in this stuff, like it takes all the things, and I'm like, can we just have the rapture? Can we just
please?
Can we just rapture? Please?
No, because all of you are getting left behind. Like, the whole thing that they fucking hate liberals for, and this is what gets me, is the fucking hypocrisy, is the Republicans are the Christian party, but God forbid you actually be Christ-like. God forbid you actually break bread with your neighbors. God forbid you actually love and accept people for who they are. But we're the loving left, and we're snowflakes, and we have empathy, and that makes us weak.
These policies that are put in place by the GOP, MAGA, Donald Trump, cruelty is the point. We have these people from another country who are seeking asylum because their current situation in their country is dire or their lives are at risk. We say, okay, great, yeah, you're seeking asylum, we want to take you in. Want to give you opportunity because, again, this is America, land of opportunity, right? This is a country that was built on immigration, and we are not willing to accept those who want to better themselves, better their life, looking for safety.
There are so many examples in the Bible, too, of, like, Jesus breaking, like, chains and freeing slaves and, like, taking in oppressed people.
Or not following a false prophet.
Right, or, you know,
I think
feeding the poor and taking care of humans who exist.
The way that they continue to call us like names, like, oh, you guys are pedophiles, or the left doesn't care about sex offenders and things like that.
Instant comeback for them. Whenever you bring facts, they go, you fucking pedo. And you're like, what?
So we are talking about this Kansas bill. It's one of those things that it is so gobsmacking. I actually can't understand how this is the country we live in. Gay marriage is being threatened. Trans women are no longer women in the Supreme Court. Like, why does it fucking matter to you? Are you jealous?
It is the victimhood mentality where they're like, I can't make it about me. anymore. During 2020, George Floyd, everyone's like, oh, well, all lives matter. And you're like, okay, well, let's just...
This isn't about you.
Yeah, it's this opportunity. It's like,
Yeah.
we care about everyone, but right now, it's like we have, a cut, and we have to make sure that we take care of this before the rest of the, like...
It's just my brain goes dead. And, like, I admit to, like, not paying attention to the news much after 2020 when Trump was not in office and Biden was elected, because I was like, finally peace. The Kansas state legislature has passed a ban on transgender students participating in female categories in schools and college sports after overriding a veto by the state's Democratic governor. Laura Kelly rejected the bill. What they wanted to do was do a genital inspection. I don't know about you two, but I was definitely told by my mom that if anyone ever convinced me I needed to show them my private bits to scream and call the police.
Unless there is a medical need and you are at a doctor's office, there's no reason why an adult should be doing that to a child.
Like,
it's so fucked up.
MAGA says, oh, my body, my choice. It should be within my decision making of my doctor and all stuff. Like, great, okay, well, I'm pretty sure that the substitute teacher or the gym teacher are not medically trained professionals. They could not tell you the difference between any of the female male anatomy. And when you hear about that, you're like, okay, so we're okay with child sexual abuse? Like, what are we doing here? Like, why
I
are
would
we...
never, like, I was uncomfortable going to a gynecologist the first time. And I was like 17. Back in the olden days when they had to prove that a woman was a virgin by, like, checking her hymen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just wanted to finger a bitch. In what world do we think putting adults in charge of checking random children's genitals is not going to backfire? I guess trans women are the only trans people that exist that the world hates. Right? Because this bill only includes trans women in sports.
Well, you know why, right?
This is
because
because we hate women.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's because of idiots and dumb bitches like Riley Gaines. I got 26th place because a man beat me. And it's like, you got 26th place because you were 26th. You were terrible.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not
you weren't
a
even
good
ranking
swimmer.
in the top 10, you dumb butt.
I just watched a news conference today with Pam Bondi, and Riley Gaines is right behind her.
Yes,
because they're like,
she's-
oh, we're going to go after trans women. In that same press conference, they're also going after this discussion
Trans
of El
women have been
Salvador.
gone after enough. Like,
Right.
like I promise you, they're f***ing good.
But also, let's talk like athletes. Like, if you're going to say trans woman has an advantage and therefore she should not be allowed to play sports, all right, well, Michael Phelps had a bigger wingspan than the average man and also a bigger lung capacity. Sounds like he shouldn't be allowed to play sports. He had
You
an
can
advantage.
only be allowed to compete if you are the most average of f***ing
Yeah.
average.
Oh, Shaq, too tall. Too tall to play basketball. That's an advantage. I don't like that. Like, what do you mean?
I mean,
It's all athletes have some sort of physical advantage.
It's like
You
singers have a
sound-
natural advantage to f***ing sing. Like, it's the name of the f***ing game. It's athletics. It's competitive.
It's not like I woke up one day and I made this choice and then tomorrow I am this thing. I have to go through the physical, mental, emotional journey.
Feels like you are trapped. You're trapped in the wrong body. That feels fucked up. Like, imagine if you had been born in the wrong body. Like, if you feel like I feel like a woman, if I were born in a man's body, I would not be fucking happy about it.
All of the MAGA idiots out there who made a fucking shit fest about having to wear masks or taking the vaccine. You felt like you had to have that. You were stuck in the situation and you couldn't change. Well, then imagine if that were the same thing for anyone else. Like, obviously not to the degree because this is trivial with masks for 30 seconds or a vaccine or whatever. But imagine if you also had to keep doing that every single day. You had to wear a mask. You had to cover your face. You had to get whatever it was for the existence of your life. And you could not feel like you were free or not trapped in a certain thing or whatever. Like, imagine if that is what you had to go through.
The drag queens and the trans women are not who you have to worry about sexually assaulting your children. It's your neighbors.
Yeah.
It's your family members. It is your politicians. It is your priests. It's your pastors.
It's some people that we have to talk about.
Let's list all of the Republican Party people who have been convicted of sex crimes, shall we?
Ricky Wynn, he was a drug dealer turned activist, and his activism is anti-homeless in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So real scum of the earth.
Yeah, so he makes videos online basically like harassing homeless people, calling them all drug users, like criticizing.
Wait,
San
coming from a guy
Francisco,
who was
a drug dealer.
Okay, just want to get that.
On March 18th, he created child porn, and he's been arrested for that now. And he was, a hardcore Republican fighting the good fight.
You never hear about these files from the Republican side when you're going through like libs of TikTok feed. It's always the Democrats.
No.
And then we've got two insurrectionists, obviously big Trump guys, who have also been convicted of
surprise
terrible things. Matthew Huddle, he's the one who was recently shot during a traffic stop.
Yep. He went,
but he was pardoned.
In the body cam footage, he was like, "Oh, I'm on parole, but I've been pardoned," and he was like, "Okay," and there was no problem until he escalated it with the police officer, and then ended up getting shot.
Shocker.
Before the insurrection, he had an extensive criminal history, including beating his 3-year-old son, physical abuse. He also had many DUIs. And then the other guy that I wanted to bring up is Theodore Middendorf, which is another insurrectionist accused of being a sexual predator towards children. He is a registered sex offender, and he is in jail now for 19 years.
A U.S. Border Patrol agent, Jason Michael Brown, who lives in Gilbert, has been charged with 10 felony counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. They arrested him for possessing and distributing images of children being sexually abused. Crazy. It's almost like I didn't see somebody who was working at the border who's supposed to be protecting us from the bad people. Turns out he was the bad person.
Wild.
In the situation. Crazy. And of course, because of religion, we have another guy. Wisconsin evangelical youth pastor James Lane had been arrested for the repeated rape of a child in his youth group. And these are the people who are supposed to be, according to MAGA and Republicans, are the true leaders and protectors of the community, and they're the ones who are sending them down this righteous path. But really, they're the ones who are abusing them and sending them down a path that will be years of trauma and therapy. These broken, bad people are hurting these innocent children. And MAGA's like, that's who I want raising my kids. That's who I want teaching them every Sunday.
It's like I wish the right people would listen to this podcast because we make really good points.
It's just like you look at people on the police force. There's a guy who was in Georgia Police Academy, been charged with sexual molestation and aggravated sexual battery. He was arrested for molesting a 14-year-old starting when she was just 12 years old. And here's the thing. People like this who are in the police end up going, oh, all I need to do is move across county lines and go work at another police department.
I mean, I think we're all getting the gist here. I'll wrap it up with a few more names. Blake Steiner, Baton Rouge City Parish's chief building officer, pled guilty in...
Oh, he pled guilty, so he admitted that
Friday,
he did.
November 22nd, 2024. Yeah. To distribute child pornography. He got a $250,000 fine. Like, he's in jail. Cool. Like, you have his stuff. Go in his fucking email. Go to his Facebook finds. Like...
You should not be supporting people who do this. You're Christian.
You're knowingly supporting people who want to pass bills to check out your kids' genitals. To kick a soccer ball? Do you think that's worth it? David Paul Daniel, insurrectionist, faces charges of child pornography, possession, and sexual exploitation of a minor. So, again, it's like, where are they sending these photos? Where are they getting them from? If you guys, I truly, truly think that there are so many people in on like child sex trafficking rings that like if you really wanted to get to the bottom of this, like you guys found Luigi Mangione, like, right, allegedly, you could find these things. You could have found out about Epstein. You could track all these people. They're not holding these people accountable at all. Like,
still waiting on the Epstein files. Have not gotten phase 2.
Which Donald Trump is literally listed on.
Yeah. He's on the flight logs.
What do you think happened on that island, you guys? Ask in the comment. Like, it's so beyond me.
Yeah.
And like, I'm so angry. Normally the comment section I would roast somebody who left a stupid comment because why do you have the right to speak? But instead I'm going to shout out one of our loyal commenters. His name is Matthew Thomas. He's been commenting and taking the time to really reply to a lot of these people on our ice cream shop series, which if you haven't seen is essentially people walk into an ice cream shop and they're like, why do you only have a shit sundae? And it's like, because that's what you guys voted for. That's what you guys asked for. Except one of our skits, we're talking about the Green Party, mint matcha chip or whatever, and how this Green Party only comes around every 4 years to steal votes. And essentially, like, you are voting for the oppressor if you vote for the third party because they're not going to get elected. We obviously have very educated opinions on that, but of course the third-party voters think that we're in the wrong. And Matthew Thomas, just thank you so much for going and making really valid points to these people and helping them probably understand the error of their ways. Do I think that they'll change? Absolutely not. But thank you for doing it so that we don't have to.
And being very patient, because I do not have the patience to argue with people or explain things to people. I am not the right person for that, but I do appreciate people who are capable of that. And I do think it's important.
Andrew Wilson, this is a review we got on our Worst Days Ahead tank top. Best shirts ever. I think this is my 7th or 8th shirt from Boardwalk, and they never disappoint. I was complimented on it by 4 different people throughout the course of my first day I wore it. The first of which was a gal I'd been wanting to meet for a long time. Invite us to your wedding. And we passed each other on walks, and she finally stopped me to say that she loved my shirt. So this in Boardwalk gets you bitches.
Boom, boom.
Sorry, please edit that out. We're getting married now.
Oh! What?
Bring us. We
Where
can have an
Boardwalk have Boardwalk.
Boardwalk will sponsor the wedding. They won't. They won't. I'm sorry. Oh,
But wear the
man, I
shirts.
should have read. Kidding.
Oh, man.
But the
that's good.
shirt
I mean, get married.
and all of them I've purchased really does get attention and smiles. I have a shirt idea for you guys too if you want to reach out to me. Our backlog is massive. We're not certainly looking for new designs right now, but how fancy of you to think of something for us. Why don't you keep it and patent it yourself, babe? I think that would do really well. We are now moving on to the Delve Deck portion, which is what we do. This is what we call recant, recover. I'm kidding. But we like to do this to like wrap it up, show you some fun product, and also get our mental health back to homeostasis. So I'll start with venting. What use of tax dollars bothers you the most?
Internment camps.
Concentration
the fact that
camps.
my money is being used for fucking torture. I don't like that.
I think I'm gonna have to second that.
West Virginia, representative went down to El Salvador not to bring awareness of the fucking torture camp, but to give a couple thumbs ups in front of the prisoners in the actual jail cell and say, look at me do my Donald Trump thumbs up dumbass pose, to make it seem like they are doing their job. And who gets to front that bill? The taxpayers.
A nice, cheery question from the original deck. Deep End. What song must be played at your funeral? And my answer to this, I stand by, is I really want Another One Bites the Dust.
Another one bites the dust. Ow!
That'd be pretty good.
I know I want a karaoke bar at my funeral. If
You
you're
pick-
attending,
you
you're taking a
pick the
ticket number. And when
song.
your ticket number is called, you have to go up and sing a song from the approved Ansley song list. Any and all Taylor Swift, maybe some Ed Sheeran if I'm feeling really frisky, some Adele. I want to see
Okay.
who's brave enough to get up and sing some Adele.
I could play like Childish Gambino or whatever like now, but then I always go back to like what is like my comfort kind of music. And I go
Airplanes
back-
by Haley Williams and B.O.B.
when I go back, I'm always like, oh yeah, what was I? Oh, I was just picking up like Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, you know, or like I just feel like that would probably be, I don't know which one, but it would probably be from one of their early albums. I'd be like, yeah, we're playing this. My deck is the Joy Edition, and the question I have is, what's your favorite buzz? You know, could be anything that gets you up and going, you know, could be alcohol, could be drugs, whatever, or non things like that.
I do feel like caffeine is like essential to my functioning. So that's probably the real answer, but also cats.
I was gonna say my cat because she like, well, okay, obviously like she gets me up in the morning because she licks my face, but she's like, I just want to hold her.
I know, and they purr, so they really are buzzing.
Yeah, anything I do for my cat.
I was having like not a bad dream, but like definitely an intense dream, you know, like very vivid. Oh my God, look at
her
that
bug
face.
eyes.
Look
She's
at that.
crazy.
but like kind of an intense dream. And I woke up to my cat's little paw just like petting my face.
Oh no! Look at like a real. Oh
Yeah,
wow!
like I like woke up and was kind of like, is someone touching me? And she truly was right there, just like, it's okay.
It's like shh, you got
She's like,
this.
it's all right.
I mean, that's what like mothers.
I've heard cats can travel the dream world, so that's probably she probably knew what was going on there.
I mean, I think that they're very empathetic, and she was just sort of like, hi.
I would say that my buzz is I like going to the park and hanging out with my dogs and like playing fetch. There's also like, random moments where they're just like acting like goobers in the house, and you're like, God, you're so funny. And I can't get this like buzz from anyone. I mean, other than my wife, but like having that like kind of like, oh, like I feel great.
See, we always get happier at the end when we talk about our pets, inevitably.
Yeah, so do yourself a favor. And if you want to revert back to the way that your blood pressure felt when the biggest issue we had was building a wall, then you can buy these. Boardwalk.com. Take the plunge, please. All right, we love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, goodbye.